If you are running across this on a replay, now we're live. Never mind.
Yeah, it took a
Boy, we've got some serious delay tonight. Okay, this is Crafty Roulette. Take 2. This is Crafty Roulette, the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, where we make some cards. We don't know what we're going to make yet, so I can't tell you what we're going to do. So sit tight, relax, and join us. If you are watching the replay, please go forward about 10 minutes because this is just pre-show. My gosh, Melissa Miller, what are you doing in the group? How fun. Anyway, nothing like a little bit of, whoa, that's great. That's so fun. We are going to do a little testing here and just say hi. I'm going to see who all is in the chat. If you have never said hi to us, please say hi. We would love to meet you. If you're a friend of Daniel's, please say so. Yes, go. Do you have a favorite cheer? Go Daniel. Go Daniel.
We just do a lot of dancing on our show.
Well, there you go. So Dancing with Daniel. That's his next. If I'd known, I would have put dancing on the parameters.
Oh, it's terrible dancing, but it is a nice little boogie sometimes we do. It's nice. It's kind of, just chair dancing, nothing to get your heart, agitated or sweat coming down or anything.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. We wouldn't want to be sweaty on it. Oh, yeah. I like it. I tend to be a dancer. Not a good one, but it sure is fun. I danced with a guy once at a wedding that knew what he was doing. Would twist me and turn me and stuff and do the things. And I felt like I was really dancing. It was I'm sure it was like, looked like an elephant. but I felt like Ginger Rogers, and I loved it. I know it was just because he wanted to dance with my daughter. But it was like, I don't care. I'm dancing with this guy. We're going to go ahead and let Daniel say hi to everybody, and so that Mr. Producer's good.
You can say hi.
Mr. Producer's good, but you are welcome to say hi anyway.
Well, hello there. Welcome to Crafty Roulette, episode number 95.
95.
Oh my
Isn't that
gosh.
something? We are going to start the show for real here with introductions, fanfare, and everything, which we will take you off for a few minutes and then bring you in with applause. As is proper. You can dance at that point. So, did you ever dance, cotillion dancing, ballroom dancing, or anything? No? No samba?
No. I am so uncoordinated. No way.
That's why we craft.
That's right. There's a reason why I sit and craft.
I hear you. I kind of know that. Yep. I kind of know that part. It's there are some who are gifted in large movements and some that are gifted in smaller movements.
I used to play basketball in junior high, and the one time the coach let me get out on the court was we were behind by 35 points, and the game really didn't matter at that point. And he's like, Daniel, get out there and play. And I got out there and I caught a rebound, and I just froze and stared at the ball. What do I do with this? And some little kid just came up, smacked it out of my hands, and ran and shot and made a score. Made a basket point.
Where is that bench? Where is that bench when you need it?
Right. I was so embarrassed.
Well, Mr. Producer and I used to play no foul basketball on the driveway until he got so big that he could pick me up and move me. And then it was like, this isn't fun anymore, and I'm starting to get hurt. So we ended that shenanigan. But it was fun. Yeah, Tried tennis, way too hard. Oh my gosh, way too hard.
God.
Tried skiing. I would ski with a backpack on with a book in it, and I would go down. And then to the nearest gondola, and then ride back up and read on the way up because it was much more interesting. And people would say, "Can we ride with you?" And I was going, "Well, I'm going to read." They're like, "Well, I guess that's a no." But it was a very exciting book series. Yes, pretty much. And if I had figured out how to pack some crafts, I would have. And if it was a longer ride up.
The only sport that I really enjoy is fishing. And I don't know. I mean, people call it a sport, but it's just sitting there,
Speed fishing.
It's fun. I enjoy fishing.
Yeah.
I like fishing, and I like fishing on the lake and fishing at the river. I can fish anywhere, but don't ask me to run anywhere or climb anything or dribble a ball or kick things, because it's not going to end up like you think. It's going to be
bad. No Olympics for us. No card Olympics even. We'd probably get hurt trying to cut something fast.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. Nice to see all you. We got some nice people here tonight, Mr. West. I think we're in good company.
Yeah, I see some of my arties coming in. That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
We probably share some folks too, so.
One of our watchers said she just became an artie today.
Awesome. That's good.
Vicky Ruta. Yeah, she's great.
Cool.
Yeah, but she's in bed tonight, so hey, Vicky, because she's in UK.
I see Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Leggett is here, and Lynn Sanders.
Oh, okay. Yep. Roberta. Is Birthday Bob with you?
No. I don't think so.
We call him Birthday Bob because the first time he sent in a card, it was on his birthday.
Oh,
just kind of, we just call him Birthday Bob.
I told my mom to come and watch too. She might be here.
Oh, that'd be nice. Say hi, Mom. Does he need to sit up straight or button his shirt or anything? You just let him know. Check your fingernails. Make sure there's no flakies in your nose. Well, it is time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, to get to that wheel and start this show. So, I'm going to take a hit. I'm going to warm up the spoonophones. We're going to let Mr. West take a moment to breathe, and we are going to be right back after this introduction. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Be right back. American Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University. I think I still am. And your intrepid hostess of Craft Roulette, episode 95, where we meet Mr. Daniel West of Dell and Artie here in just a few minutes. If you've never joined us on Craft Roulette, we welcome you with great open heart. And if you have been here often, we are always so glad to see you. Sitting here and looking at this little circle would be very, very boring without you. So I see you in the chat, and I look forward to reading those tomorrow. And so leave me some fun comments so I can laugh out loud, please. If you don't know what Craft Roulette is, we do have a small video on it in just a little bit. But in a nutshell, we are the ultimate paper crafting game show, card making game show challenge. And we do this every Friday night at 6:30 right here on YouTube. We don't belong to anybody. We're just independent. I don't have any products to sell. We are community supported. If you do like things like merchandise, we do have that. Ta-da! Yeah. You go on over there and get yourself some merch so you look like this. Team Orange. That we will talk about Team Orange and Team Purple here in a little bit, and so that makes more sense. But anyway, we do encourage you to sit back, relax, join us as we do some crafting. We're not here to teach. We're not here to sell. We're here to talk and craft. Not a bad way to spend a Friday night, is it? No. All right. Well, without further ado, please welcome from Rhode Island, USA, Mr. Daniel West.
Yay. I'm so happy to be here, guys. Thank you very much for the invitation. Mary Gunn.
It was Miss Berta Miller that wanted you on. It's all her shenanigans. Yeah. I know. That's what she said. I'm his manager. And I said, well, okay, I'll watch him and see what he's up to and invite him, and because you are quite fun. So welcome to Craft Roulette, Mr. West. You are our first dude.
Thank you.
It's probably something that happens a lot with you. The first dude kind of thing.
Not a lot of dudes doing this, but we got to take our place.
That's right. You do it with a lot of flair and panache. So you're doing a good job. We call it the 1.65% of our demographic that is male. And so we do have a name for you guys. It's just the 1.65. So we may just booster that to 2.65 tonight. Depends on how many we end up with. But if you do know a male that likes crafting, please share with them, and so that we can get that up to 2.65, maybe even 3. Yeah, I'm living wild. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, sir, and for the people that do not know, all your story.
So I started crafting about 3 years ago because a friend at church brought some cards that she had made, and I was wowed by them. And my family went over to visit her because her boy is friends with my boys, and had some fun looking at all of her craft room and goodies and things. And I thought, how did you do all this stuff? And then she showed me some things, and I just fell in love with it. And that's, just from there, I just couldn't stop. I don't think I've gone a day without crafting for 3 years. I just really love doing it.
Oh my goodness. Fun. I cannot. That is a lot of, every day is a lot. I'm not even close to that. But so were you artistic and crafty before you got to cards, or?
I don't remember. I mean, I've always liked to draw little things, but I wasn't super talented at it. But after getting into crafting, I just really found a real zeal for it, and I feel like it's just something that flows, and it's fun, and it really, honestly, as a pastor as well, just. It's not that I have a huge amount of free time. It's that I can manage my free time, I guess, a little better than others, and I manage my schedule a little differently, so I can fit it in more. And it really gives me a place to also meditate and think as I'm crafting. It doesn't feel like it's taking up a lot of my mind, and I can do kind of both things at the same time, and it just keeps me from being too stressed out and
those are all good reasons.
Yeah.
Those are all good reasons. So, you're kind of impressive then if you've only been doing this for 3 years, because you've got a bit of a name in the industry with companies. So that's pretty fast, really. You must just be wildly talented.
Oh, thank you very much. But I just think that I've spent so many hours doing it that I think that if everyone put in a lot of time, maybe that they could grow in it that way. But, it helps to be friendly and nice and kind and,
generally
talk to people. Generally.
Yeah,
get more flies.
Generally.
Get more bees with honey than vinegar, I
Yes.
guess.
And yes. Yes and yes. Do any of your family craft with you, or are you a solo crafter? You have the room to yourself?
They are not allowed in here unless they're dropping off food or sit to chat on the couch. I have a couch for them to sit on if they want, but they're not allowed to like walk around in my space or touch things or any of that.
That's where the friendly, you have a line. That's where
right,
the friendliness
there's a line
ends.
here. Right.
Yeah. But that's for their own protection, right?
It is. It is
So
for their own.
it really
They can
is
fall
friendly.
or slip on glue or get glitter on them, or there's all kinds of dangerous things that could happen over here, you know. So
I did meet a really nice lady one time at Sam's, and she had a huge bandage on her hand. And I said, "Oh, how did you do that?" And she said, "With scrapbooking, I was cutting something." I was like, "You're my people."
it's an old crafting injury.
That's right.
Right.
Darn those things. They do happen. But
Yeah.
it's Stephen with your robots. So anyway, well, we're glad to have you. We've got a lot planned for you tonight. We have over 140 cards to show everybody from last week. If you sent in a card last week, do stick around because we do have some wonderful giveaways. Remember, Jessica is giving away 3 paper packs, so don't leave. All right, we're going to go ahead and let my voice have a moment and let Daniel get reacquainted with, I got to get ready to craft. He'll probably make a card while we're gone. You'll probably make a card. You're fast, do you think you're a fast crafter? Pretty
fast. I'm pretty quick.
Okay, so don't take a nap in the second half of the show, or you might miss his card. Well, we're delighted to have you, and I'm looking forward to our evening. I know I've enjoyed our conversation so far. So let's go ahead, take a break, ask the age-old question, what is Craft Roulette? And then go right into our showcase from last week. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Let's get this show going.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Yep, that's what we do every Friday night, 6:30, and you are always welcome. If you can't join us live, there's always the replay, of course. And if you are ever needing some inspiration for some card making, we've got wonderful galleries full of beautiful, beautiful cards under craftroulette.live. Also check down in the description for any kind of other places that we can send you to help your crafting experience to be more fun. Yeah, that's all. Okay, so I got to tell you about this thing. Look at that. Guest contributions last week. Record-breaking 146 cards you guys sent in between right now on a Friday to Sunday at midnight. Unbelievable. And I was under the weather all weekend, and I just kept looking and finding. It was like getting little get well cards all weekend long, and it was just wonderful because they were all so cute. Okay, so we are getting closer and closer to our almost 5,000 total contributions since we started. That's not bad over 95 shows. Give yourself a kiss on your head there. I did want to say that there are a whole bunch. Oh, why do I drop things? There are a whole bunch of first-time contributors. 51 of you have never sent in a card, and that is just, that's another record. Oh my gosh. So we are starting 2022 with records galore, and it's so cool. Thank you so much for doing that, you guys. All right. Mr. Producer says I shouldn't be talking during the slideshow because my voice is getting so crumbly. So he didn't make the slides go faster, but he will turn up the music, and I'm not going to say everybody's names or talk about the cards. I hate that. I do. But just to save this, we're going to do it that way. This was my card. Pardon me. Contributor map. Look at you guys all over. Just lovely picture. We got a new friend in Guam and a new friend in Mexico. That's just remarkable. We welcome you all. Our wonderful guest crafter was Jessica Taylor, and she will be giving away 3 paper packs of her favorite Rainbow Happiness new paper pack from Stampin' Up, that was one of them. A couple more visions there. The 4 parameters were a card with a pocket, purple plus 3. We had to use the colors of purple plus 3 more. We had to use transportation as our element, which was, you guys are going to be, if you haven't seen the cards yet, you're going to enjoy how many different kinds of transportation we have crafted here. And then he had to use an oval. So I will say this one thing about you guys. You are sneaky. You're a bunch of sneaky crafters putting stuff in cards like I've never believed I would ever know where to look. So well done. A lot of fun. Yeah, I think while I was in my bed sleeping thinking about how to do a pocket, I did come up with a cornhole card. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, all right, here we go. I'm not going to talk, but thank you. Maybe just first name. Lisa. I can't be quiet. I'll use a deep voice. Kim. Kimberly. Linda. You can see how many they have submitted to. It's really fun. Lisa. Bonnie. Well done, Bonnie. Anne. Heather. Chesed. Very cute. Karen. Transportation. Rosie. Danica. Elaine. Karen. Grandma Gay. Jackie. Larissa. Rebecca. Vicky. Alyssa, 5K. Janet, welcome. Gail. Brenda. The ovals were in the headlights. Amy. Ellen. Cordelia. Anna. I finally counted. So cute. Christina. That was sneaky. Lisa. We love kitties. Bonnie. Sella. Pretty. Margaret. Sue. Welcome. Rose. Not your first time. Marianne. Her first time. Shirls. Welcome. Vicky. The mice are removable. Sherry. Carol. Adorable. Roseanne. Bonnie. Glad you joined us. Paula. Kim. Linda. Cute. Melody. Deputy Heidi. Lynn. Welcome. Vera. Very pretty. First timer. Ashley. One of our guest crafters. Chris. From Ecuador. I think I saw you in there. Kim, your first submission. Well done. Looks so modern. Camille. Anne. Penny. Pardon me. Lorraine. Margaret. MJ. Tiptoe through the tulips. Linda. Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, caught your yelling. Anne. Mary. Marie. Debbie. Karen. Oh, cute. Laura. Welcome. Leah. Terry. Looks like you all had some fun. Catherine. Rachel. Kimmy. Brian, part of the 1.65%. Kathy. Patty Beck, our leader. Linda. Mr. Kelly. Mr. Deputy Kelly. Cecilia. Oops, pardon me. Lynn. I hit Mr. Mike. Patty. Misty. Sue. Nancy. Kathy. Cute. Mary Ellen. Again, I guess that was on twice. Lisa. Everything's itching. Anna. My throat, my nose. Deanna. Susan. Katie. Yay for mute buttons. Mary. So cute. Sue. Kay. Buell. Joyce. Lynn. Karen. They just keep coming. Debbie. Thank you. Welcome. Bobby. Oh, wonderful. Cheryl. Sammy, 5K's daughter. Card Monkey. Kathy. 59. Smurf. Lynn. And Artie, I believe. Leslie. Emily. Sue. Sharon from the red chair. I wish I had some honey, Chris. Stacy. Dawn. That's sharp. Tracy from St. Louis. Jackie Rip, our second leader. I can't remember. Kathy. Michelle. So many first submissions. My goodness, guys. Well, I hope you come back. Melanie. Karen. Celecia. Sorry. Judy. New Hampshire, you might have been our first. Teresa. Cute idea. Mary Moisen. And she had a... Did you have a video? Not this week. Catherine. Jennifer. Joanne. Or Joan. I think it's Joanne. Lisa. That was a sweet card. Debbie. You fit all those parameters in. Denise. In so many different ways. Ava. Made the club 52. Peg. Kelly. Beautiful horse. Barbara. Her first. I know there are so many. Kim Wolf. Gina. Susie. We're usually way done by now. Deanna. Danica. Lauren Taylor, one of our guest crafters. Elva. Only motorcycle. No, there were another one. Angela. Joined Club 52. Well done. Amy. Tara. Terry. Sorry, I was looking at both names. Feline. Barbara. Shirley. I think that's it. Can you imagine how long that would take if I had talked all the way through it? Excuse me for my hits, but well done. Big nog kisses to all. You guys, you are sneaky. Those are so many ways to transport. Very clever. And the different pockets that you guys did, they're so much fun that I know I saw somebody saying, I got to look at the gallery. I'm so excited to look at the gallery. The gallery is just remarkable. You can take your time, invest a little time in it. and get some ideas from it. It's like having your own Pinterest board with 4 parameters. So please feel free to go to craftroulette.live and enjoy all those cards one at a time. Then join us on our Facebook group, and you will have opportunity to talk to those people who have made those cards very often. So, all right, I'm going to cough one more time. And then I think we're ready to bring back Mr. West if he's ready.
I'm ready.
He's ready, so here we go. Well, if you're not inspired by those cards, what will inspire us? Have you ever seen so many pocket cards and so many different ways to make them?
Not in my life.
I know.
Amazing.
What would you have chosen for transportation?
I would have chosen a truck.
A truck.
Yeah,
do you drive a truck?
I drive an SUV, but
I saw an SUV.
I like
a what?
A nice plain die that I really like.
Oh, a plain die would work too. I saw a guy with a minivan today. He was kind of a young dad looking guy. And the minivan was kind of had some bends in it and some finny type things. And I thought, he's trying to make that minivan look like a sports car. And I thought, he's not going gently into that dad thing. He's going to have to just... It
wasn't working for him.
I thought, good try, dude, but I don't know. Bless his heart. He was trying to keep his feet in both worlds. But it was cute. I'm sure he's a good dad. Well, I think we had lots, and I'm amazed by all those cards that people did send in. They just kept coming and coming, and they often post them in our Facebook group early. And I know all weekend I was lying in bed just commenting on all of them, and it was like, but it kept me. It kept me happy. So It was. I don't even know if I could see some of them very clearly, but it was fun. So if I said, "Oh, that's a beautiful purple card," and it was orange, well, that's what was going on. Anyway, well, this is the time of night, Mr. West, that we start talking about the wheel.
Nice.
Are you ready?
I am. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. Bring up those parameters, Mr. Producer. I gotta grab something that I dropped. Excuse me. Just like a good umpire, I didn't show you my backside. All right, so these are our parameters that we will be working from, that you remember from the little video, the whoa moment, 331,776 possibilities. So there is absolutely no way to prepare. We like that. But it doesn't mean that all the cards are going to end up being the same. As we just saw, 146 different ways that they're not the same. So it's very fun to have this moment and go, I don't know what we're going to get this weekend, but we're got to start with tonight. We do offer our patrons an opportunity to vote off or veto one of the colors, one of the elements, and one of the random parameters. This week, they decided, it was close too on some of them. This week for colors, they don't want number 1, Snowy Mountain. They don't want to be inspired by snowy mountains. For element, they don't want Cheers, number 18. All right. And for random, even though Jessica vetoed it last week, I thought I'd put it back on the option list. They don't want faux leather, number 14. So the wheel cannot make us use Snowy Mountain for our color palette. It cannot make us do Cheers as our element, and it cannot make us do faux leather, even though you can use those things if you want, and it fits in the parameters that we do get. Now, this is the opportunity for you, Mr. West, the moment of truth. This is when you can look at the parameter list and say, I'm just not feeling this one. Is there something you would like to veto? Or forever hold your peace? Just
off
one.
of each thing, or just one?
No,
thing?
are you kidding? We're not that nice.
I want to veto number 7 on random paperclip.
He does not want paperclip. Fair enough. Fair enough. Doesn't tickle your fancy, huh?
Nope.
Nope. I don't think it does go with your style too well.
Nah.
But I wouldn't. I can see you moving into it sometime, just as your own little challenge to yourself. But let's not do it tonight. You don't like it. I'm sticking to it. Well, that's good. That's why we give you that option. So that means, knowing these things, that it's time to start spinning, isn't it, chatterboxes? Nobody's yelling spin at us yet. They must have all fallen asleep during the submissions or gone over to the craftroulette.live to look at all the cards individually. Well, let's give this guy a warm-up spin. That's right, Jennifer. Okay, now we're ready for the real thing. Project. What will we do tonight? Will it be a night of terror or a night of glory? 19. A postcard. It has to do something with a postcard. We will talk about each of these parameters here in just a minute, so hang on. What colors will that postcard have something to do with? I don't know much about you, Daniel. This is exciting. I'm going to get to learn all sorts of stuff. Number 20. Muted with a pop of bright. Wait, before we go another spin, what does that look mean?
I just did a live video with that very technique this week, so that's fun.
Oh, so you were feeling kind of ready.
Yeah, I've already got that down.
Well, there you go. Wouldn't it be funny if the element was something that you could just repeat? Right. Let's see. That was a big spin. Globe. Globe or globes. We'll talk about that some more. And random. Muted could be black and white, Susie. I'm sure. Grays. Number 8. You must include some sort of horizontal line, which isn't hard. So we kind of got a freebie on random. Globe or globes may need a little bit of discussion. Muted colors. I think everybody knows pretty much what a muted color is. But not everybody's going to be happy. And then some sort of postcard element. Doesn't mean you have to make a postcard. It just means that your card that you make has to have something to do with a postcard. It can be in the image. It can be... What would make it a postcard? Mr. Producer saying, would a postage stamp make it a postcard? Mr. Producer, you're the craft police.
Justify it.
He always just says, if you can justify it, you can add it.
It is art.
Because it's art, and we are about a creative expression. We are not here to rein you in too tightly at all, as you could tell from those 140 some cards. So, muted. What colors did you have that card with you, or is it something that you can share?
I have that card with me. Yeah,
maybe that will be inspiring. Yep, we're going to talk about globes too a little bit. Yep.
Should I go down to my workspace, or do you want to see it?
Yeah, that would be great for a minute. Oh, there you go. I remember seeing that. Yeah, go ahead and go down, or whichever. How many times? How many ways can I confuse you? There we go. Yep, that would definitely be muted plus some pops of bright colors. Very pretty.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, for the colors, you're always given the neutrals. They're free to use. Black, gray, white, cream, tan, brown, and metallics because we're extra generous.
Okay.
So those are always good. Yes, snow globes is coming in. So what do you think of when you hear globe? Besides, now you were saying that you know all these countries. You can name all these countries. So do you immediately go to an earth globe or in your brain? Or
a balloon is what I went to first because I
anything
speak Spanish as well, and the word for balloon is global, and so that's I tied them together immediately, like a balloon, a globe.
Yep. Globe, actually, if you look it up, it talks about being the solar collector. That's what my old
my big bald beautiful head is a globe.
Your globe. Your beautiful well-kissed globe. My husband used to call it his solar collector. My former boss used to say it was his weather predictor because he could tell what was coming on. But there you go. So yes, if you have a stamp of a bald guy, you could play up his globe. Now we here on Craft Roulette we talk about kissing our noggins, but tonight I think we'll say kiss our globes in honor of you.
Thank you very much. I feel honored.
You're very welcome. But globe actually it just means rounded, basically. So if you had a tree that was rounded, it would be a globe-shaped tree. So you're not stuck with the image of the world, because we don't like to get stuck. So there's all sorts of things. I don't know. Snow globes has gone through. I think that would be great. I don't know if I have my snow globe out, but I'm kind of excited about that. Muted colors. Muted colors are just this. They're rather like. They're not highly saturated per se colors. They're more along this little rim of a color wheel. They've got maybe some undertones of gray or something that's just not as bright and poppy as like a pure color. A pure color is very bright and saturated and poppy, but a muted color is a little softer. It's just like you've turned down the volume on the color. And so that is what a muted color would be. Then a bright pop of color, you could add some reds or some bright blues, so that when we look through 148 cards next week, we won't all get sleepy. We need some pops of color. So
orange.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to be boring. Do you think so?
No, orange, I said.
Orange. Your shirt is rather a good example of a muted palette plus some pops of bright.
I'm personifying the wheel tonight.
You are so in touch with I was wondering if we think of Mr. Wheel as a gentleman. And I was wondering if he would act kindly toward you, like simpatico, buddies, fraternity, all that kind of stuff, or if he would turn on you.
We're homies.
And go. You and Mr. Wheel are homies is right.
Yeah, we're homies.
And Mr. Mike. So we're good. I think we're going to I think your brain's already going. On postcard, what do you think of that?
I forgot about that. I'm going in a weird direction. I got to come back, rein myself in. The postcard. I have a great die set of postcard. It's not. What's it called? It's sitting right here staring at me. It's an infinity die set.
Perfect.
It has. What is it even? Is it called? Yeah, it's called Postage Stamps.
Whoa. That's perfect. Cool? Yes.
So So there's that.
Yeah. What was that, Mr. Producer? You could...
The entire card. Old postcards look like stamps.
Yes. Old postcards look like stamps. Or you could make a stamped image that looks with a postcard in it. Or, you can do all sorts of things. I generally just make a small-ish postcard on a card because it's pretty easy for me to do that on a Friday night when there's a bunch of people watching. And so, I don't know. I think that's what I'd probably do, something along those lines. But my brain is going too, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Well, if you think you're ready, and if the chatterboxes have any more questions, let me know, because we're going to let Mr. West, and don't worry, I know I'm sounding very formal. I call my husband Mr. Gunn. So I'm just a very formal woman, Think of Downton Abbey when we dine, Yes, right. Anyway, I lie. If my mom was around here, she'd say, Pinocchio, your nose is getting longer. But anyway, so we're going to let you get your supplies. We'll be checking in with you to tell us when you're ready. This is not the time to bolt. This is just the time to get your stuff and then come back. And as soon as you're back ready, we'll talk to you about what you're going to do, and I'll get started.
All right, great.
Okay, good going. Here we go. All right, gang. I think personally that Mr. Wheel chose to be kind to Mr. West. What do you guys think? I think they may have had some kind of communication. I did go to the post office today. There is our post office box. You can send us a card at Mary Gun Fund, P.O. Box 480566 KCMO 64148. I got some cute stuff too, which I will show you now. Look at this pretty. This one is from Catherine Taylor. So pretty. And she may send an empty envelope so I can send it on to someone else after I'm done enjoying it. Turns out that this card was made with a stamp set that she received in a goodie bag from Crafty Roulette, which was pretty fun. And I got a very, very kind letter from her. I really appreciated it. All typed. It was big and long. It was wonderful. I was just quite impressed with your kindness. But look how pretty. She's got some shimmer on there. She's got a pretty little die to be a nice background. She's got some pretty paper in there. I think she said the paper might have been in that goodie bag too. Just a sec. But I thought this was a very well put together card and just lovely. And she's got those popped up a little bit. She's got some little pearls, which really went with it. And I really enjoyed looking at it and will enjoy it on the door for a long time before I let somebody else have it. So thank you, Catherine. And then I wanted to show you this in the envelope that Feline sent it in. It's a little plastic sleeve. So it came just like that. Isn't that fun? So everybody got to enjoy how pretty her little snowman guy was. And then this is on the envelope. It was right there with the address. And the postage stamps are on the outside. So, and I love that sun stamp. It's so cool. Anyway, that's really unique and cute. But look how cute this little card is. Little birdies, little snowman. These are not holes. Those are just dots. And then she went ahead, though, and put little blue dots on top of them. Makes it very fancy. And then she's got some embossing and a cute little tag. Holiday hugs, mistletoe kisses. Look how pretty that is. And a sweet note, too. Well done, Feline. You've made a lot of cards with Crafty Roulette, so it was fun to get one. And in such a clever way, too. I'm not going to put that away. It's going to be too much work. If you would like to send us a card, please send it to Mary Gun Fun at P.O. Box 480566 KCMO 64148, where we are supposed to get snow. All right. What am I going to do? Postcard, muted plus pop. Okay, muted. I'm going to do some, I think. I'll just start with a card base. No big. I think I'll stick with an A2. I think I'm going to do a couple postcards kind of fanned out for something. Globe. I know I've got the real globe. I know I have a real globe. Do I want to use a real globe? I could always put it on the inside if it made sense. When I was first thinking about globe, I had this one out because this tree is globe shape. And I thought I would use that tree, but I don't know if I want to use that tree with a postcard. So there you go. The wheel, I think I have it all figured out, and then the wheel gives you something that throws you into a tizzy. Oh, I do have a globe. There it is. There it is. You mean the world to me. That might just be my go-to tonight. Do you guys have globes? I don't know. But remember, you don't have to do the world globe. I wonder what it would be like to have those fanned out and then have a pile like 3. And then do some inking on the background. I've got an idea. I do, I say. I do have an idea on how to do this, so I'm excited. All right. What do I do next? Is there anything else I need to talk about? I don't think so. Oh, yes, I do. We're still waiting for our first outfit for Mr. Mike. He's still wearing Mr. Jarvis's t-shirt. Pardon me. So if there is an article, I don't remember his measurements. I do too. I have it right here. Mr. Mike's measurements. This is the arm that we want to have dressed. And it needs to be 6.5 inches to 7 inches that will wrap around, plus enough that has like a closure with a Velcro tie, snap, something like that. And it needs to be 13.5 to 14 inches long. He doesn't like tight things. He doesn't want anything to fit over his head. You know how microphones can be. And so it just has to wrap around. So we're waiting for his clothes, his first set of clothes to come in. And then we will be dressing him. Depending on how many clothes he gets, will depend on how often we dress him. Won't that be cute? Do you think he's Team Orange or do you think Mr. Mike's Team Purple? You have that opportunity to tell the world whether you think he's Team Orange or Team Purple. And yes, I have that down to ask Mr. West. So, all right. So if I have 3 little postcards here, and they're on, a brad where you can move them. Is that too much? Is that just too much? He needs a bow tie. Oh, at least. No spandex for Mr. Mike. No, he doesn't do the bike thing. No biker pants. No biker pant shirts. Oh, I really think you will have fun with it. And then I just need some little pieces of paper. Or one. Just one's fine. You found some... Oh, bless your heart, Christina. It's just been... I think half the world was sick this week. which I hope means the half the world will be well this week. So, how big do I want to make these alleged postcards? 4 by 2.5. Well, I may not make as many as I thought. So what are you thinking that Mr. West will be making? What technique do you think Mr. West will be using? Will he be using inks? Will he be using Copics? Will he be doing watercolor? What do y'all think? I think that's going to be my postcard right there. You probably know more about Mr. West than I do. So, Dish, what do you think he's going to do? We'll set that up there for a while. Okay, how am I going to color this? I used Copics last week, and I wasn't real good with them. Oh, and this is not... Okay, so this is muted, so I think I'm going to maybe do some painting on mine. That helps. That helps. Okay, I hear he's ready. Yoo-hoo-hoo! Aha, I see what you guys are thinking. Welcome back. Well, what do you have in that pile?
Okay, so in this pile, I have a bunch of goodies from my Hero Art stash. So I have the Infinity Circle dies for the globe. And I have the Infinity Postage Stamp dies for the postcard element. And also in the postcard element, I have kind of this motif of I miss you. And I'm going to build a small little city coming up out of the circle, the globe on the front that I'm going to die cut out. And I will have missing you in there. And I'll have a little gray sky. And I'm not sure which buildings I'm going to use, whether the city or the small town. And then a little splash of color with a red heart that I'm going to put on there. And I'm going to use a couple Copics, and that's it.
Couple of Copics.
My splash of color will be this red ink here. And that's it.
I think you got it figured out.
I do. I'm ready.
I think you're well on your way to a successful evening.
I'm excited. You just tell me when to start, and I'm going to be on it.
You can go ahead. Shoot.
Oh, yeah?
Right. Yes, ready, set, craft. You bet.
All right. Is everyone else crafting with us tonight?
There's a mixed bag. A lot of people, I think, on Fridays are just kind of tired, and so they tend to just enjoy sitting back and relaxing. But there are a few, and before the show is over, we will have some submissions, usually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. So we'll see. I mean, it's one of those, time will definitely tell on this one. So you're fast, so I'm going to have to concentrate. I do like to give...
Slow them down with questions.
Yes, we are going to slow... we'll go ahead and start asking you questions, because I do have some from our lovely patrons.
Nice.
Are you ready to start answering these wonderful questions?
Sure, go for it.
Don't let me forget to ask you about Team Orange or Team Purple. Let's start with that, actually, because I'm going to turn the page and I could forget. We have a tradition on Craft Roulette to discover whether our new guests prefer orange or purple. It turned out that once upon a time, I don't know how this happened, But once upon a time, we started getting complaints that the wheel was choosing orange too often. I know, it seems like a shame, but it happened. And so it started to develop into those who liked orange better than other colors, and those who tended to like orange, and then those who tended to like purple. And they were not necessarily the same beast. And so Team Orange and Team Purple evolved. They are our political parties. And there is definite passion about whether if you are Team Orange or Team Purple. So I did poll the group on Facebook shortly before the show and said, do you think Mr. West is Team Orange or Team Purple? So I'm going to ask you before I tell you what they said. Do you prefer orange to purple or purple to orange?
I prefer to craft with purple and to wear orange. Not make any sense?
Yes. Perhaps then our audience is very, very intuitive because they were split. It was 8-7. 8 people, and it was right before the show. 8 people thought you were Team Orange, and 7 people thought you were Team Purple. So
I love all colors, but
yes.
When it comes to crafting, I know that there is animus against orange in the crafting world. I know some people like it, but generally speaking, psychologically speaking as well, if you and I'm a geek for knowing this, but if you read Instagram's rules or guideposts on posting crafty things, people will spend less time looking at a post that has a lot of orange in it, and will spend more time looking at posts that have purple in it. So
for Pete's sake.
It's a psychological thing. It's a thing. So but it is a thing, and so I also really like purple. And there is kind of a running joke on the Hero Arts team. I make a card every month that features purple just for my team leader, Libby. And it's a fun thing that we do. But
well, there you go. So it
craft with purple.
So when are you going to be running for office? Because you got it down.
I'm good, right? I'm very politically savvy.
I think so. I think you got it covered.
I'm a middle child, so I've always been making the peace my entire life. That's just
There is probably something to that. Do you see that in your own children? A middle child?
My middle child is no, actually, none of them are super diplomatic. So they don't seem to care whether someone is fussy between them. They fight with each other. And I mean, they get along fine, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not into saving someone else's feelings much in the so.
Actually, I do understand that. Families can be pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Like, please, could you back off just a little bit? Yep, I get it.
But they do get along for the most part. My kids get along really well, but you know how siblings are anyway. So
I do. So you're a middle. So do you still spar with your siblings?
Actually, no. We get along famously, but cool. I have an older sister who is the boss among us. She seems to be the boss, and my little sister, who is very much in touch with her feelings, which, she's a sweet, she's the sweetest one among us. And then my older sister is the firebrand. She will spark. She's like a dangerous chemical. So, and she knows it's not a secret.
Dangerous chemical.
She just gotta.
She might even like knowing that she's a dangerous chemical.
Oh yeah, it's fiery. I'm telling you, she gets fired up. But we all love each other deeply. Like me and my sisters we care about each other very much, and our kids. We love on each other's kids very much.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And why not?
I mean, when I was a kid, I despised my sisters, but now I'm older, I love them.
I should hope so. I should hope so. They didn't help you learn what to do with the basketball.
Oh, no. They wouldn't know either.
They just left you to it. Sure, you figured it.
They may be here watching. I gotta be careful. I invited them to watch these. Funny.
Well, I think you're quite politically correct with your answer, and it makes sense. And I definitely think I think you got it covered in more ways than one.
Nice.
So, one of our patrons from Australia, Jackie Muller, asks, she's going for the dude card here. Do you think there are enough masculine or funny stamps on the market? Or is there room for more?
There's always room for more crafty ideas and innovation, in my opinion.
Yes.
And there is definitely a big hole in the masculine area. And most people, because even when women, now I'm generalizing here, so don't hate my guts, but this is also something I studied psychologically, and I did a class on this before about color choice and all that. But if you give women craft supplies, they're gonna, even if it's, they're gonna try to make a masculine card, they're gonna want to put lots of glitter and sequins on it, and those are just not things that you would want on a masculine card. But that's the way they're crafting. That's what they want to craft. That's what they want to do. So
yeah,
you just got.
So
there are techniques.
I just always say if you want to make a card for a dude, if it's a fairly, just a dude that isn't a crafter or an artist or somebody in particular that has a bend to go, oh yes, look how pretty this is, look how it all plays together, look at, oh, I love the design, I love the weight, I love the proportion, I love somebody that's not going to go for that, not understand it or care. I say make it super simple so they don't have to worry about it. So
right. Yeah.
Definitely don't do some interactive that you have to explain. That's just
right.
Am I right or not? Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't mind a light up card or something, but and
but you'd have to,
not every guy
my
needs
dudes,
a
I'd have to explain it.
But mostly people have either a fish or a truck on their card for guys, and there are lots of ways to make guy cards without a fish and a truck, but or a ball,
Robots. What do you think about robots for dude cards?
Yeah, if the guy is into that.
We also have a lot of talk about robots in the group.
Well, I think I saw that earlier. I'm like, what are they talking about?
Yep. I had robots on the parameter for quite a while, and it was always like issued. It didn't get any love at all. And I did all sorts of things to help people embrace robots, but it was to no avail. They
stop trying to make robots happen.
It's just robot just wasn't getting any love at all. So, but I'm going to bring them back, Daniel. Don't tell anybody, but I'm bringing them back.
You got to get a lovable, squeezable robot. A cutesy little squeezable robot.
I know they do have. There are a few out there in the world, and stamps. There are actually a couple stamps. And while in my feverish dreams this weekend, I ended up with this idea of making. Well, it was originally going to be a Mickey Mouse card, and his nose was going to be a hole, and it was going to be an easel card, so that you could throw things into his nose, and it was going to be a cornhole. Do you know what cornhole is? It was going to be a cornhole card, and I ended up making one with a robot. And darn if it was. I know. I had all sorts of funny dreams. I had a friend in my dream that was speaking from the next room, but her voice was coming through the toilet in the same room I was in. And it was just, I was kind of having fun with it. It was like, wow, I haven't been sick in so long. I'm going to have fun with all these crazy dreams. So I got them. And I got a card out of it too, where you can, and I think it would be a cute Valentine's card, because I put I don't have it right here. I don't know where it is, but I cut a hole, a heart-shaped die cut in his chest square. Okay. And so you can just throw little fuzzballs in. So for a kid, it might be kind of fun. They may play with it for maybe 2 seconds and then give it to their mom, who is the crafter, who will deconstruct it and make it. So that's good.
I think crafters need to stop pretending that all these cards are for other people. They're really for us.
That's right. How do you store yours?
I keep a big box here handy, but I love keeping my cards. I don't like to give them away to anybody. I give them to people, but I only give them to people that I know are gonna be like, oh, that's wonderful. How'd you do that? And if I get a cross-eyed look at it, I'm like, you'll never get another card from me ever.
I know. I do. I understand it. I think a lot of us are that way. They're just like little parts of our heart.
Right. They're our creativity on paper. Our little feelings and emotions, and I'll look at a card that I created on Instagram, and I can remember what I had on in the background while I did it, and what I was thinking about that. They're like little journals that are, on paper without writing anything down. So
I get it. Do you ever make like junk journals or anything, art journals, and use your cards for entries?
No, I don't. So I do want to. I have a huge project coming up that I'm going to be working on. It will involve multimedia, and I'm not a multimedia person. Is that mixed media is the word?
Mixed media.
See, I don't know the word.
Either one. It would all work.
And so I've got to learn how to do some stuff like that, and I'm going to have fun doing that.
You can do it with parameters just like this.
Doesn't that help?
Yes, it does. I did a whole thing on, I can't remember when I did it, but I did a mixed media parameter board at one point. And I can't remember who was that on. It might have been on Fun University when it was private. And, but it really isn't hard. And once you start to dissect it a little bit, as long as you know that you start and then you build and then you start and then you go over here. And if you start looking for the same visual triangles, and it really isn't too hard to figure out. You'll be fine at it. And you won't, and yours won't be a messy kind of, it doesn't have to be messy. It can be your interpretation of it.
Mine will be more like Tiffany Solorio. That's what I love, the way she does mixed media.
Who's that?
Tiffany Solorio.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, I think she's quite talented.
She is. She leaves me with my eyes bugged out and my mouth open, and
We'd like to see that.
yeah, she's just fantastic. You'd like to see the look.
Yeah. Could you do a video of you reacting to a Tiffany Soloria video sometime?
I should do a reel doing that, a reaction reel.
You really should. I think it's time I think that'll be the next big thing for crafters to do. So get it going.
Reaction. Yeah.
Reaction videos. We've already done all the unboxing.
Yeah, no one wants to watch anymore.
Yeah, we've already done enough unboxing. There's a lot of process going on out there. But some good reactions, I think it's time.
I'm coloring these in with muted gray colors. My buildings will all be one color, kind of gray.
Doesn't get much more muted than that.
Right.
What are horizontal lines? Ginger asked. Horizontal lines are just any lines that are going on this this direction, just going across the card.
Here.
And it's not. It's really a freebie, so embrace it and be glad. Don't ask too many questions.
Here's one right here.
But they are important. There's lots that if you had, I did a class on horizontal lines, diagonal lines, and vertical lines. And if you don't understand how they work in a design, it really can help you understand why some cards feel a little bit odd. So I stuck it on there when I was doing those classes a year or so ago. And that's where where it has stayed. So
all right.
I hope that helps, Ginger.
Are you done with your project already, Mary?
Nope. Nope.
It's good.
And
you went very literal with your globe.
I did, because I saw it in my pile.
It's nice, though. And
I haven't used that darn thing in the edges. Right. Trying to see if I want to put it. Oh, Grandma Gay. You need Grandma Gay's thoughtful question of the day? Well, you know she sent one in. She always does. We have this adorable grandma. Everybody calls her Grandma Gay. She's super wonderful. And I'm pretty sure if she cooks, she would make you something. But I'm not sure. I think she likes to craft more.
And I'm pretty sure I'd eat it.
Pardon me. But she asks a question every time. And they are such clever questions. And this time, this actually plays into your last thing about mixed media. Grandma Gay's thoughtful question of the day. You are very detail-oriented. Are there ever times you want to just splash about and make a mess? I love that.
She talking to you specifically?
Nah, she didn't care about me. She wants to know from you.
I'm detail-oriented?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess when it comes to making cards, I love the little details. I love the little pieces of interest I can add to something. And yes, I do from time to time break out my messy supplies. In fact, I had some gels out this week, but it's a real commitment for me. So if I take that out, it means I'm going to be dedicated to playing with that for a few hours. And I need to have lots of water on hand. And studio is detached from my house, so I converted a detached garage into my craft space during
Oh.
the shutdown last summer, and I don't have like a faucet or anything in here to just run water, so I have to run over to the house and get water. So it's a real dedication.
Yeah, I can see
I'm going to be
why.
dedicated to that for a while that day because I make a real mess. And then I have to clean up not only afterward, but during. You have to clean your stencils and
Yeah.
brushes and all that. You guys know what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, you do feel like you would like to do it, but you're cautious about doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I have to. It's like going outside. I don't like to go outside unless I know that day I'm going to be going outside and I have to prepare myself mentally. I'm going to be outside because I'm an indoor cat, and I don't.
How do you prepare mentally to go outside, Daniel?
It takes me a week to be like, okay, I'm going to be spending the day like shopping outside at this mall with my, or I'm going to be.
Oh, that sounds awful.
At a park somewhere, or I'm going to be at the beach somewhere. So I have to take a week to be like, okay, Dan. And then I have to dismiss every excuse to stay home.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like to go anywhere. I like to stay home. But
well, you spend a bunch of money getting a home. You spend a lot of money on it. And then why would you want to go leave all the time? Every
right.
little whip stitch. Yeah.
I need to stay here. Why would I go anywhere else?
That's right. You have it where you like it. You fixed it up how you want it. Let's have you stay there.
Screen, I don't know if your camera's set up.
Mr. Producer's talking to him right now.
Okay.
Let's see. I kind of like that idea instead of just that gray. That gray. I have tried that gray more times on this show than and it never works.
It's just a little fuzzy.
I know that the connection is really fuzzy on my.
Use fuzzy to save.
Oh, let me look at my. Hold on.
You're chit-chatting about stuff, guys. Are you guys like that? Do you have to prepare a week? You have to prepare a week before you leave your craft room. And have you gotten worse? Have you gotten worse since the pandemic, Daniel?
Yes, absolutely. I totally prefer to just be inside. I mean, I've always liked to be inside, and my wife isn't super happy about that, but she still married me.
Opposites attract, boy.
Kind of her fault.
Is she watching?
I don't know, maybe, but she's not the violent
I bet
type.
You'll hear that if she is.
She would just chuckle. She's sweet.
I bet sweet. I bet she's very nice.
She is a very, very sweet lady. To me, anyway, she's sweet.
I can't imagine her being anything but just a real nice lady.
Yeah. She's kind. She's over there right now making a chocolate cake from scratch.
What? Oh, man.
She's in the kitchen making a chocolate cake. So
why aren't you my neighbor?
I know, right? That would be fun.
Yeah. Turns out that Daniel is from Missouri.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
Not my side of the state.
No, I'm from the opposite corner, the southeast corner.
So, down by Poplar Bluff.
Yep.
So he understands. Did you realize that there's a bear on the state flag of Missouri?
Of course.
When we moved here, I was so shocked when I saw that. I was like,
really?
Yeah. That's a South Missouri kind of thing, don't you think? The bears.
Oh yeah, there are bears.
We don't have them up here.
Mark Twain National Forest is where I lived right on the edge of that forest, and there's lots of wildlife down there.
There's a colony of black squirrels down in Springfield. Did you see them when you were in Springfield?
Yes. Yep.
Isn't that...
They're beautiful, yeah.
So you were familiar when you went outside, or did you see them from your window?
No, I did I lived in an apartment complex in college there, and man, I could sit out there and just watch storms roll in, and I love sitting in that window. But when I was younger, I'd go out a little more than I do now.
Yeah, I hear you. I know. I went out today to run by the bank and go to the post office, and it felt very good to go out because I had been in so much.
That does count as going out.
It does count. It's way counting.
Running errands counts. No.
Yes, it does. What? Oh, yes, it has to. Because otherwise, I have been in the house now for about 14 years. So,
oh man.
If work and errands don't count, I'm sunk. I think I
went out and got dinner for everyone today. I went and brought pizza home for dinner, and that's the only time
that's going out.
Oh no, I did take the kids to school this morning too.
Oh, look at you! You are a regular social butterfly.
I know. I'm just out and about. I feel like a loose cannon today. Gotta rein myself in.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to recover.
I'm gonna have to spend some time in here just recovering in my craft room after all of that.
Paula is in here.
My wife's in here.
Yep, she's in here. Hi, Paula.
Man. I'm gonna start being good now.
Oh, it's nice to have you. We'd love to get the other side. We should have had her on too.
Oh my. She's not
the newlywed game. The newlywed craft game. So is your cake done? Because I'm real interested in that cake.
Yeah, me too. I'm wondering if I could sit here and finish this and eat cake at the same time.
Oh, I think I would die. It would be death by envy. I've been wanting some cake, so it may be my little snow job tomorrow. Snow job, that sounds weird. It's a little cake. I think I'm going to put some circles on here. Don't get lost. Not all blue here, Ms. Mary. But we're going to be fine. Do we want... No, we don't want... Very funny. So, okay, well, Grandma Gay that one was a great question, Grandma Gay. That was a great question, Jackie. Then we have Sharon Castor from the Red Chair in Ohio. She sits there every Friday evening and if her son's not in band, and watches this. And she says, who are your crafty heroes?
My crafty heroes. I have a lot of them. I have a lot. Let's see. Of course, the one who taught me everything, without even knowing it, is Jennifer McGuire. I would sit and watch her stuff for hours, and I still do.
Right. Right.
But I love Kathy Zilski's style.
Mm-hmm.
She is fantastic. And Laura Fedora.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Basson. And but I also have some friends that I've met in the crafty world that have really helped me along the way. And one of them is Ashley Tucker. And if you've never been to her channel, you got to visit her channel. Her style is amazing, but she helped me a lot with photography and I don't know, lots of tips. Like she's very helpful teaching me when I first started. So
like, were you tutored by her or just from her?
No, just
from
meeting.
her channel?
Well, we were on a design team together and just hanging out online. She would always pop in on my live show because I started pretty quick with the live show just to learn stuff, and people would tell me how to do things while I was learning. It was fun.
That's cool.
Ashley Tucker.
Ashley Tucker. I do not know that name. There are so many. So many crafters. It's cool. I just messed this up a little bit, but that's okay. Nobody saw it.
They're paying attention to our conversation.
Yep, there are a lot of very genuine, great crafters that I have followed for many years. And since I've been doing it for so long, I won't bore you. But in the old days, Daniel, when I was a young crafter, it was before we even had images on the internet. So we would get on an email thread, and there would be literally paragraphs describing how to make a card. And so you would have to recreate it like, oh, you do a fourth of, you didn't even know if you're going to like it because you couldn't see it. And it's fourth of an inch here, and then it's this color, and you cut it into this, and it wasn't user friendly, as they would say now. But that was back when I used to do it with Wilma Flintstone and Betty Rubble. We were all hanging out together between having to take care of Bam Bam and Pebbles. Wonder what color. I don't know what to do with this quite, but what do I do with an empty spot? Maybe some, I guess I would put whoever's name that I would send this to, even though I will never send it. So pretend. To pretend. You've got a bunch of Southpaws in the chat cheering you on.
Oh, yeah. Southpaws, rise up. Come on, y'all.
What's the hardest part of being a Southpaw crafter?
Everything's made for right-handed people. But
yeah.
I guess I've been a lefty all my life, so I don't really feel it,
Can you use tape runners? I didn't notice if you were using. Yes?
I don't really use them, but only because I prefer thick cardstock and liquid adhesive.
We have a guest crafter, the great Julie Carrier. And she is a Southpaw, and she can't do like the ATG guns.
Oh, yeah?
Because she can't see it.
Oh.
Because the little feed thing is on the left of the machinery. And so we can see it as right-handed people. We can see where it's going. But as a left-hander, the machinery blocks it. So she can't see where she's driving.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Things I'd never thought of. That's why we call her the Great One. Yeah. Looks like you're coming along pretty well. What are you thinking?
I'm moving right along.
You are.
I thought I created a card base here earlier. I did. There it is.
Oh, I need some pops of color. And Sherry Pemberton from down the road in Harrisonville, Missouri, asks, what has been your all-time favorite technique to do?
All-time favorite technique. I think Copic coloring is my favorite thing to do when it like crafting, making a card. I just love using Copic colors. I love building scenes. I don't know. I love everything. I love ink blending. The stencil. It's hard for me to say what's my favorite thing, but I just love
asking your favorite child.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want my ink blending brushes to get upset if I say the Copics are my favorite, and I don't want, I don't want
we don't want that to happen. We don't want them to come attack you in the middle of the night.
Right. I don't want to visit with, in my bedroom with you guys. No.
No. It's got to have peace in the house. Yeah, yes, I can see that you would like the Copics. I'm not one that is proficient, so I don't love them.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate those who are very, very good at it. This isn't going to have to stay there. Stop it. And you lost that one too. Where are you putting this guy? Right there. Well, back in the day, we didn't have Copics. We did. So that was new.
Copics have been around since the 70s.
Well, not in the circles I traveled.
Not in the crafty world?
Not in the craft circles I traveled. I lived in a bubble. I was very... Is it insular? Is that the word, insular? I think so. It was a very insulated craft world. Broke out, though. Now I'm craft show hostess.
You are no longer insular.
No. Insolent, maybe, but not insular.
See, I just added a tiny smidge of blue to my sky. Just a tiny smidge.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't think you can see
Mine's
it.
kind of crazy, but that's okay. I've made crazy before. So what do you ever make a card where you just go, oh no, I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
What ever? Is it like a whole bunch of times, or have you gotten so refined and refined and refined so that people would look at your card and go, that's a Daniel West?
I don't know if they would immediately recognize it as mine, but maybe by the background I photograph it on, because I never changed it until I never changed my background until this last month. One of the companies that I designed for sent me a gift card or gift certificate to a background company website so they could buy a photographic background. And I was like super appreciative of it, but I also thought in my head, is this a hint that I need to switch things up? Then I decided never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Nah. Well,
I was very excited. Yeah, sometimes.
Being a horse owner, gift horses are not gifts. So
right.
That's
true, right?
Yeah. So do look a gift horse in the mouth, because oh my gosh, you could end up with the cheapest part of that horse could be the gift.
Right.
It is. They're wonderful, though. They're wonderful critters. So, what kind of reels come up on your IG when you are scrolling reels? I get dancing. So you like to dance. So do you get dancing on your reels?
I get all the nonsense. Oh my gosh. So much nonsense. Dancing and idiots and dumb things. I don't know. I get lots of crazy stuff on my reels, and I do get some crafty stuff, but not a huge amount. I don't think there's a lot of crafty stuff out there. I mean, I know there are some, but there's just not as in comparison to all the other things on the reels.
I think you're right. Yeah. Have you done reels on IG?
I just started doing that. So.
Yeah. I do want to go, oh, good, I'm going to do these. And then I'm like, I did one. Squirrel.
Squirrel. That's me. I'm a space cadet, I'm just like, I get distracted very easily.
I was going through some old card kits today that I had made for classes, and they're old. And I was going, okay, I'm going to go through 10 of these. And then you aren't either. Stop it. If you get one done, you're going to kiss your brain and be glad. So, or kiss your globe and be glad, and not set up all these ridiculous numbers for limits and numbers that you always do.
Yeah.
Because, so I put it back and it's done for a while. Are those questions about the colors I used? I think so. I did tumbled glass, faded jeans, mowed lawn, and twisted citron. There you go. And it's a new year, so I can buy. I may be buying 3 new distress oxides.
Wow.
There's another one of those things I did to myself, because I had never used distressed oxides until about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's a wonder I could craft, isn't it? Didn't use Copics, didn't use distressed oxides. So,
what do you do for inks?
I would dye, soak the beetroots.
Pull clouds from the sky.
That's it. Take old jeans, rip them up, and soak them overnight with RIT dye or something. I don't know. And just hope that the color turned out right. No, it was not quite that horribly primitive, but not too far from it.
Someone wants to know Dan's colors.
Your colors, Mr. West. What colors did you use? He used Copic colors.
Copic colors in C8, C6, C4, then R29, and then I used some soft pool ink and some raspberry jam ink.
That looks very good.
Oh, and I wanted to do this.
Where is your little town, you suppose? Is it going to be in Wales? Is that little town in Wales?
This is a little part of South St. Louis right there.
South St. Louis.
Yeah, South St. Louis has a very, very beautiful 1900, 1910 look to it.
Well, you've hit it.
Love it.
Where is the arch then in St. Louis?
It's right downtown. In fact, I was born about a block from there.
Oh my!
In the city hospital. That's right.
Very good. Not far from the river. Glad they didn't throw you back in.
Right. They're like, no, we're not going to keep this one.
It's a pretty dirty old river down there, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Mississippi is really filthy. Muddy.
Nothing like that beautiful brown river.
I hope this is going to stamp since it does. Very good.
So did you learn how to fish when you were living there? Is that where you...
Yeah, in Ripley County, Missouri. That's my hometown. Outside Poplar Bluff. There are tons of beautiful rivers there. One of them is called the Current River, which is a National Scenic Riverway. protected by the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crystal clear. I mean, you can, and some parts of it, a lot of it is spring fed. You can just dip a cup right in the water and drink it. And we would fish there, and we would fish in small lakes and ponds, of course. But that's where I learned to fish.
Yeah.
That's
here's my my moment of I could mess it up. I really want to add. We'll see if I do it tonight. I need something down here. I'm feeling very off balance, Mr. West, and I don't like it. So I think I'm going to do a happy Valentine's Day down here or here.
Okay.
So I'm going to play with it. Actually, I'll just stamp off and cut it out and see how it looks. But I'm not going to commit to it tonight because I started stamping before the internet. And if there's anything I learned is wait. And sometimes I remember. I once met a woman who started... There we go. See, then that feel better. Just that much. She stamped before the internet, sonny.
When she started stamping, dinosaurs were only sick.
That's right. Those are the only stamps you could buy. Dinosaur stamps. And all the other ones were, and it was rocks. They were rocks. You just had, all the shapes were the same. Rock. Oh, good. I got a new stamp. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like a rock. Let's try it. Let's do another one. It's a big rock, little rock. That looks great.
Thank you. Yours does too. I love it.
Mine looks interesting. it's
got
okay.
all of the elements.
Yep, that's right. So you've got the postcard shape for your card. Yeah. And then you've used the muted colors of gray and then a light blue plus your pop of red. Well done. Your globe element is the circle, correct?
Yep.
Because that's a literal way to interpret globe as far as what more than one meaning, more than this. And then you've included horizontal lines in your stamped images, correct?
Correct.
You did it. Look at you.
Did it.
You're all about the Craft Roulette success story. I love it. It looks really great.
Thank you.
Looks really great. And then I've done the postcard on here, muted my blues, and then this is a lovely green that just bled from the stencil, and my globe, literal, and horizontal lines are apparent. So, and then we'll decide what to do with Happy Valentine's Day. We did it, guys. Yay! Well done, us. Okay, so you can relax a minute.
All right.
Yes, but don't run off, and we'll want to have you flip your camera to your handsome globe, and we will close out with you in just a few minutes while we get a little business taken care of. How's that?
Sounds good.
Woo! I hear the chocolate cake is ready.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. Have her bring me a piece.
If we come back and you've got chocolate frosting all over that beard of yours, I'm gonna reach right through that computer screen and get
it. My sister Paula is here. My sister Paula and my mom.
Oh, that's your sister? Okay.
Paula Murdoch.
Oh, nice.
My little sister.
The nice one.
They're both nice. One is
not the dangerous chemical.
Right.
All right, we'll be back with you in just a few minutes, Daniel. Well done.
All right.
All right, you guys can play along. This isn't just for us. The party is just starting because you have all weekend to turn in a card that has a postcard project, muted colors plus a pop of color. Use globe somehow. It's creative, not literal if you don't want it to be literal. And enjoy and include some sort of horizontal line. We have a submission form for you on craftroulette.live. It is open now until Sunday night at midnight Central Time. We would love to see your interpretation. You saw it's not hard. Join us. It's really fun. Then you will be featured on Monday's blog and next week's show. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Just fill out all those things that are asked of you, and you will have no problem. If you've been submitting pictures to other things, you'll have no problem. So well done. We'd love to see your stuff. We have some nice guests coming up. We've got Cassie Trask next week. I need to call you, Cassie. So I forgot this week. We've got Stacy Thacey coming back for her second time. She is a doll. And we also have Crafty Al, which we love sheet loads. So after that, we get to meet our first Australian guest, Therese. I think it's just Therese. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to learn her name, aren't I? Names. But we look forward to each and every one of our guests. We appreciate them. You can see all of our past guests on craftroulette.live, there's a guests page. They're all fabulous. We have met so many nice people. And there's one dude on there. He just said, yeah. We are a community-sponsored show. And we also have a sister station, Fun University, which I usually teach on Tuesday nights. Last week, I took the week off because I was worse sounding than I am now. But we do want to thank each and every one of our patrons. You guys keep us free and on the air. Really think that's very special for you to be a patron of the arts, so to speak. And with each one of those levels, we have bonus content on our private blog. On Club Fun, you can learn more about on clubfun.com. So we have some really fun Zoom calls, and we've got... you can see my cornhole robot card on the patron blog. So if you are interested, you can see it. Yeah. By the way, if you're not able to join our patron group, that's fine. I know everybody's not able to. If you could give us a thumbs up, though, and share our content, that means the world to us, too. That is just as good to my little heart as anything. So thank you so much. Okay, we got quite a bit of giveaway tonight. Are we ready for this? I don't even know. Giveaway time. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What all do we have? Okay, so this week we have 3 paper packs from Jessica Taylor to give away. It's her favorite paper pack, and it was Happiness. Well, I wrote it down. Rainbow of Happiness paper pack. And she is going to give away 3. She was our guest last week. She's so nice. I really always have a good time with her. So I thought I wanted to thank her again. Thank you guys for joining her last week and for sending in those 50 new contributors. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. So much fun. We will be only sending these to the United States. If you are somewhere else, we will send you a little something. It just won't take much postage. So we've got 2 goodie bags from our fun friends that send us things to give away, and then the 3 paper packs. So, Mr. Producer, 3, 2, 1, spin. All those names that you see on that wheel were cards. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't want to stop. But those are all people that sent in cards last weekend. It really did go around a lot. Oh, it's 5K's daughter. She's going to get a goodie bag. 5K's daughter, Sammy. Cool. 5K has been watching us for a long time and donating. She's like in our top 5. So yay, well done. Let's do it again, Mr. Producer. Let's go. Let's go. The paper pack is so cute, Melissa. You are right. Are you coming back to paper? We love your paperwork. Mary Moisen's going to get a goodie bag. Mary Moisen often does a process video of the card that she sends in. This is also an option that you may want to look into on our craftroulette.live. You can make a process video anytime. There's no deadline on it. And after it's been reviewed, we will post it if it meets our community standards. Let's go and find out who's going to win all this paper pack from our sweet Jessica Taylor. Chris has already submitted her contribution. You good girl. Muy bueno. Mr. Deputy Kelly Ryan. Congratulations, Mr. Deputy. He's fairly new watcher. He's the husband of one of our viewers who called me on missing a parameter one time. So we lovingly call her Deputy Ryan, and he is Mr. Deputy Ryan. Next paper pack is going to... You couldn't stay away, Melissa. Well, you did stay away quite a while. I'm quite amazed at your discipline. Well, welcome back. Miss Feline Mays in Oregon. She sent this cute card. She sent this cute card today. So, yay, I get to tell Jessica to send you some paper. Well done. And last time, let's go, Mr. Producer, one more time for a win. Good luck, everyone. I'm getting dizzy, Mr. Wheel. Thank you all for sending in those great cards. My gosh, it was fabulous. Bonnie Lindsay I think she's one of Jessica's followers. So, Bonnie Lindsay, everybody needs to contact me with the contact form on craftroulette.live and let me know by Sunday night at midnight that you are interested in getting these prizes. If you don't, well, they're not going to come to your door automatically. So, anyway, we'd love to hear from you and let us know that you are interested in getting these things. Did y'all have a good night? I think it was pretty darn fun. Mr. Wes is back.
I'm back.
You are back. We caught you. But you weren't sleeping or anything, so that's good.
Nope.
Did you have a good night?
I did. Super fun. Can I shout out to my little nephew, Sawyer Pete, who's watching in Missouri and just loves watching me craft?
Yes.
Sawyer Pete, I'm so happy you're there, buddy.
Yeah, we're glad you're here too. You know, little nephew from Missouri, we do get cards from our junior crafters. We have quite a few little junior crafters. And they send in they have no inhibitions as far as we've got developed to be careful. They draw stuff and they do all sorts of incredibly inventive things, and it's always fun. So just have to follow the parameters. That's all I ask. So that I don't have to stick Deputy Heidi or the Craft Roulette police on you, because that's just not good. Well, what do you want to tell your fans? You want to say thanks and wish them well, or tell them what they need to do next?
Sure. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight and spending some time. And I hope that you will also connect with all of the Craft Roulette folks over here and have some fun. Send in your projects and tag me on them too. If you put them anywhere on social media, tag me. I want to know. I want to see, And
they would tag you at Del and Artie, right?
Yeah, right. Del and Artie.
Right.
Yep,
just like on the screen.
That's me.
I got one more Rhode Island story for you before we we go. So when my kids were studying the United States, we kept a log of all the states that they would see license plates for. Mm-hmm. It took us 2 years before we ever saw Rhode Island. And it wasn't that we ever saw it. We went to church. There was a new family from Rhode Island. And and I said, "Do you have Rhode Island plates?" And they said, "Yeah, but we got to send them back in because apparently you guys keep them for life or something. And you have to send them back then. Back when
you do have
Betty and Wilma and I were making those stone stamps." But we were. So anyway, we had these people over for dinner. And they brought their license plates, and we took a family photo with their license plate from Rhode Island.
If you don't turn it back in, the state of Rhode Island will continue to charge you excise tax until you turn them in. So you still own the car, and so you have to turn them in.
Ah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. All right. Well, that's my Rhode Island story. 2 years, I think it took us, and I've got the picture to prove that we saw Rhode Island. But it's very rare in Missouri to see Rhode Island. So if you ever drive back with your Rhode Island one, you might just want to set up, tell people to come get their picture taken. You could charge them probably a quarter.
That's what. Well, you
pay those taxes.
2 birds tonight with one stone. It took you 95 episodes to get a guy and a Rhode Islander on your show.
You just never know on Craft Roulette what's going to happen. I'm slow. What can I say? Well, I hope you get outside sometime in the next week or two and think of your night here with us when you do.
I will. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Super fun.
Oh, it was really enjoyable. You're a very nice man, and I love what you're doing to encourage people with their paper crafting. I appreciate that. It's that time of night, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, to kiss our globes. Because we've had a little self-care. We started our weekend off right the crafty way. And we thank you so much, Chatterboxes, for being here. Thank you, moderators, for helping us out with all the folks that were chit-chatting. I do look forward to seeing all your comments tomorrow. Look forward to your submissions. That's on craftroulette.live. Join us on our Facebook group. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. Make sure you follow Daniel on his socials too. We really appreciate that when you can support our guests. So, because we don't pay them. Did I tell you that part?
I don't get paid?
No.
I'm out of here.
I guess I forgot that part in the contract. Oh, dear. Thank you so much, Mr. West family, for sparing him tonight. Kiss to the Chatterbox. Kiss to you guys. Kiss to Mr. Producer. Good night. Stay safe.
Good night.
And have fun crafting.